Welcome, welcome, welcome to the unknown outdoors. This is Matt, aka Trapper. We are on another hike today. As you can see, the trail, very, very nice trail, easy trail. We are at the Erie Canal, Erie and Ohio Canal. That's the canal. For those of you from Ohio or into Ohio history, they would have a canal from Cleveland down to, I think it's Cleveland, somewhere in that area. I'm from Ohio. I had to take Ohio history in high school. But it's been years and years ago about that. So anyway, they built a canal from, I think the Cleveland area, out of the Cuyahoga River, all the way down to Cincinnati to bring goods to this part of Ohio that's not on the Great Lakes. And they had canal boats that would run up and down this canal here. I'm in a little town called Canal Fulton. That's where I started from. This is actually a towpath. Back in the day when they had the canal boats, they were pulled by a team of horses. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to jump off real quick. This path is highly used by bikes, hikers. There's so many people on trail. Right now, I didn't think there'd be anybody because we've had storms. But anyway, like I was saying, they would have teams of horses pulling these canal boats up and down these canals. So they made a path into it. And you can actually get on a bike or hike this trail all the way to Cincinnati, Ohio. It's pretty cool. So this is actually considered the Buckeye Trail as well. Yeah, the part I'm in. The Buckeye Trail isn't always following this, but for the most part, through this area, it does. You got the Tuscalhorse River on that side, and on this side you have the canal. This trail goes right by my house. I don't live in Canal Fulton, but I don't live far from here. I live 20 minutes from here. We've had a lot of storms this week. Major storms. So it's way too muddy to get actually out on trail into the mud and the yuck. So I decided to do this part. This part wasn't going to be till later on when I'm almost done with the Buckeye Trail. But I decided to throw this part in because we've had nothing but rain. And everything is super, super flooded. Everything where you go is just flooded right now. So I figured a trail like this would be nice for a change. So Not sure how many miles we're going to do. Expecting a lot of rain today. So I'm not sure how far I'll get. But like I said, the Buckeye Trail goes in and out of this trail. Sometimes you're on it, sometimes you're off of it. So those of you that are hiking the Buckeye Trail, expect some of this on the Buckeye Trail. Now, one thing about the Buckeye Trail, it is extremely, extremely poor in marking the trails in this area. I've seen one marker, and I've already hiked a mile before I started this video. Hang on. Alright, again, I put the camera down because there's a jogger. I'm just saying, guys, I don't like to put people on camera unless I ask. And these people here are either riding their bikes or jogging or they're walking. I'm not going to ask them. So I am going to, every time someone comes up, I will put the camera down and I will interrupt what I'm saying. There is a road more about 100 yards to my right. For right now, there's a Tuscarora River, I think it's called. I know I'm butchering it, but it's flooded, as you can see. Totally just flooded. All the way up to the trail. See? It's supposed to be way out there, but it's just flooded. And it's flooded on this side too. So we may not, depending on how flooded this is when we get down here. But can you imagine me being at West Branch or off another trail? I mean, look how deep that is. This is just major all flooded. See? This part of the river is flooded. And it's even on this side. That's the canal. That is the canal right here. But the canal is flooded too. So I can't imagine being on trail right now. Off in the woods. So we're just gonna make this a nice easy walk today. See how many miles we get done. If you guys ever come to Ohio, you guys want to do the Towpath. If you come down in my area, it's called the Ohio Erie Canal Towpath. There's a lot of cool things along this trail. You can even see the locks, because they even have locks on the canal where they would raise and lower the canal boats, and those locks are still here. They never tore them down. We're gonna try to make one lock. I can show you it. There is a lock here on this trail, on this section. It's not on all the sections, but this section there is a lock. We're gonna try to get to today, depending if it starts raining or not. So there's the canal. Go ahead and look up you guys, if you're interested, look up the history on the Ohio and Erie Canal. It's an awesome history lesson. It's just really cool. Here's the river. You can have bench seats. Here's a good view of the river, guys. It is flooded. All right, let's talk about Bigfoot for those of you that watches this channel for Bigfoot. Now, there has been some Bigfoot sightings in the area that I am on this towpath. I've had people, you guys know I own a trapping company. So I was trapping for a guy. I mean, there's houses a lot, you know, up on the roads, but once you get back in, it goes forever in woods. But I was trapping for a family along this section of the trail that we're walking today, that did call me to trap some, what was I trapping? It was last year. I think I was trapping raccoons. They had raccoons underneath their house, and I was trying to trap them to get them out of there. And the guy found out, and I was telling the guy that I had a YouTube channel, and sometimes I do Bigfoot stuff, sometimes I do hiking. And he says, "Oh, you'll be excited to see these sounds that I got. Hear these sounds that I got from my house." He was on his back porch and got these sounds from this side of the canal. The guy would not let me have the sounds. He said he just wanted to show me them the first time, and that was it. He would not let me have them, or he wouldn't send them to me. He did not want his name out there. He was really afraid of me putting his name out there on YouTube and all this. He was definitely afraid of all that. And I can understand it. Some people are like that. But there are the sounds of chattering, people talking. But they weren't people. It was chatter that we've heard before. Then there was howls. There was all kinds of stuff on this, and it's in this section. So it kind of proves my point that I believe that these creatures go on these trails that are long distance. The Buckeye Trail is 1,400 miles. The Buckeye Trail meets into the North Country Trail that goes from South Dakota to New York. That's 2,500 miles, 2,800 miles, something like that. North Country Trail goes into the Buckeye Trail, so you can hike both. So I believe that these things, that's how they travel, is by these long distance trails. So but yeah, okay. Look, the canal's so flooded. There's a bridge submerged underwater. And it's submerged. So Canal Fulton, where I'm at, is also really cool. One weekend a year, Canal Fulton all dresses up like back in the old days, and it's called Canal Days. Everybody that lives there dresses up. You can take rides on the canal boats. They got one canal boat that still works, that runs a canal. In Canal Fulton, the canal looks a lot better than this, guys. They have it all cleared out. So And you can take rides on the canal boat. They don't have the horses anymore, I don't believe. It's run by a motor now. But it's still cool to see all the businesses in Canal Fulton. The businesses all are like what they used to be back in the old days. They still are to this day when you go downtown. You can canoe and kayak this river on this side. The Tusk. We call it the Tusk River instead of saying the whole darn thing. So for now on in this video, I'm just going to call it the Tusk. So anyway, you can canoe and kayak the Tusk River. And there's actually a delivery there. You can rent canoes, you can rent kayaks, you can rent tubes. You can tube the river if you really wanted to. There's a campground there. There's putt-putt there. All kinds of things to do at that campground. At that delivery station. So, but you guys that watch this thing for Bigfoot, who knows? Maybe we'll get some out here. But I know the towpath. Hang on, I'll be back. There's somebody coming on trail. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that again. Like I said, there's a lot of people hiking this trail today. Didn't think so, but there's a Tusk. Looks like a lake out there. That's actually the river. That's actually the river. But it is so flooded. All the rivers around here are flooded. So I didn't want to drive an hour and a half or an hour down to West Branch or the Cuyahoga National Forest because I didn't know if I was going to be able to hike a trail. So but if you guys hear anything, any knocks, any yells, please, if you guys see anything out here following me, except if it's another hiker or biker, please timestamp it. Look how flooded this is. All right, a little bit what's going on, Jack and I. We have a lot of plans. Jack and I have a lot of plans this year to come up this summer. We were going to do something last week. We were going to go out to Claim 3, but these storms are kicking our butts. When we planned on going out, we couldn't because of the storms. So we do have a lot of plans coming up. Seems like every time we make plans, weather hits or something else happens that we can't go do. We can't meet up. You guys have to realize that I do live a little bit over an hour from Jack. That takes a lot of money. Well, I don't want to say a lot of money. It takes gas money to get there. Sometimes we stay out real late. I gotta stay in a hotel. That's money. So I really have to plan it. You don't have to plan it right. A lot of you guys say, "Oh, you own a business. You can afford it. You can afford it. You own your own business." I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What I do on YouTube, and for you guys, is my own thing. I gotta provide my business the money I get and paid for that. I only get a paycheck like my employees. That's all I do. And I got bill. I have lots and lots of bills, just like all of you guys do. We all have tons and tons of bills. So the money from my real job is for taking care of my family. So I try to get out on these hikes. I try to meet Jack as much as I can and as often as I can. But doing the YouTube stuff, sometimes I'll say, you know what, I just can't afford it this time. I can't afford the hotel, or I can't afford the gas to put in my truck, or I said we'll have to do it next week when I get paid. So until this YouTube thing, I can make a living out of it, which I hope to happen, but with me only doing what I'm doing, it's not. I gotta keep going on my job, because hopefully someday I can pass my business on to my son. So once he gets out of college and all that, hopefully he can have my business. Alright guys, I'll be right back. There's more people coming down trail. Alright, past those guys. Think how flooded this is. This is the river on this side. Even the canal. Now I just walked through water that is covering the trail. Oh look, the sun's starting to come out. Trying to. And there's more. See, the river's coming over the banks. I don't know if I can get through this side. This might be it, y'all. This is a little too deep for me to walk through. Let's see if I can find a spot. Alright. Now, if I was on trail, if I was on a dirt trail, that would never have happened. See? It's all starting to come over trail. Now, if this water rises on my way back, my feet will be wet. I'm a good 2 or 3 miles in. So but anyway, like what I was saying about Jack, we are planning on big things this summer. I got to save some money to do those things. So you guys just please bear with me, and we'll get it done. And Jack and I will be doing a lot more content together. Alright, so please y'all just stick with me. For those of you that watch me for Bigfoot stuff, we do have some great stuff coming. I am canceling. I had a trip that I wanted to do this weekend coming up. Just me and some other buddies of mine. we were going to do a fishing trip this coming weekend. But I'm going to have to cancel. All right, I can't go, so I can't afford it. It's in the Allegheny Mountains. So, yeah, I'm going to have to cancel myself. I don't know if I can get over this. We'll see. The river's really coming over to the canal area right now, right here. This might be too deep for me, guys. I'm too far in to get my feet wet today. And I'm not wearing my normal hiking stuff. And I really wanted to get to those locks. Yeah, we'll see. So, oh, yeah. Yep, I'm over my feet already. There's no way. Okay. So, that's the tusk. It's coming over trail into the canal. I am not going to be able to make it to the locks. All right. So we're going to turn back. That is deep. Really deep. So that's the tusk. You can see the tusk over. I don't know if you can see it over there, but it's moving. So, but yeah, that's what's going on with Jack and I. We do got things planned this year. Just hang in there with me. We'll get some night hunts out with the cameraman and crew. But you guys help out a lot by watching my videos, hitting that like button, subscribing if you haven't subscribed, share the video. You know, even if it's somebody that hikes, that's on trail a lot, that you guys know. I mean, share the videos. Lately, all I've been doing is hiking videos. So, but that soon will change. But the reason I came up with all that is because you guys have asked, I have got messages, hey, what's up with you and Jack? When are you going to do this? That is the only reason I brought that up. Okay? I just wanted to make it clear out there that Jack and I do have plans very soon. And we'll get out there. All right. But like right now with all these storms, it's supposed to storm all day today. I took a chance out coming out here today. In between storms, I'm watching radar. I got the radar on my phone, watching it. So I knew I had a window and I took it. So yeah, but we're having flooding like crazy, guys. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Guys, I'm gonna see. I don't know how I missed him. Hopefully she doesn't hide him. Let's see if we can go quietly. There's Mama and Daddy. They're hiding their babies. There we go. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys could see that real well if my camera was clear enough. But we had 2 Canadian geese with their babies. Mom and dad with babies. Now, as a nuisance trapper, yes, I get a lot of calls from them. They're a pain in the butt. But it's really nice to see the babies starting to come out now of all the animals. They're still cute. That's the river over on this side if you guys... Yeah, that's the river that's flooded on this side. The canal's on my other side now because we turned around because there's that flood. There's no way I could walk across it. Here's the canal. It's all flooded. The river's starting to rise still. This whole trail is going to be covered here by the end of the day. Glad I didn't wait. Here's the canal side. It's all flooded out there. Some of you guys asked why I didn't zoom in. I don't zoom in more on my videos. I'll start trying to zoom in a little bit more, guys, on things. I don't know what would be out there now. That's all flooded. But if it's Bigfoot out there, he's only going to be, it's probably not deep to him. Okay. Where my vehicle is parked, they have the canal boats. If I can get close to them, I'll video them for you. Here comes the rain, guys. A little bit. It's raining. Sorry about the camera work, guys. I'm concentrating on watching for people, to be honest with you, because I cannot put them on camera, guys, unless they give you permission to do it. A lot of places I go and hike, there's hardly anybody on trail. But this is a high traffic hiking and biking trail. I don't know if you guys can see that out there, but more BBs and geese. Like I said, guys, if you guys are hiking, watching this channel for hiking, you guys want to do the Buckeye Trail, I know this is part of the Buckeye Trail. I've looked up on maps. The Buckeye Trail does veer off. I was trying to get to that point to show you where the Buckeye Trail actually veers off into the woods on trail, muddy trail. We weren't going to hike it today, but I was going to show you where it went. Couldn't get there because of the flood, because the trail is flooding. And by the end of the day, that this river is going to go over this trail. So, I mean, it's rising. It's even, we've already hiked this, and you can already see how high it's gotten, so much higher. But there's no markings. There's literally no markings. The only really good markings I've come across so far is in state and national parks. Those are the only, but road walking, hang on. All right, I'm back. More people on trail. There's a tree break. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. I believe those guys are going to be coming right back soon. They're on bikes, but they're not going to be able to cross where that swamp is at. There is camping along this trail too. Designated campsites. Further down, I was going to show you all them too. But if you guys come to Ohio and you guys want to take an easy hike, you can't get much easier than this. It's asphalt. Some of it's rock, like not rock, but it's not muddy. They put cinders, that's what they're called. They'll put cinders down. But it's a very easy trail. And the place, you can find the towpath anywhere from It's called the Erie and Ohio Canal. Yeah, Canal Towpath. That's what I'm on. Trying to make it back before it starts raining, downpouring again. But I'll stop and but the boats I was talking about, sometimes like before season starts, it doesn't really start till Memorial Day weekend, when that town gets hopping. But I don't know. I don't think I can get close to them today. But if I can, I will. I'll video them. I'll be back. All right, that's the riverside. Sorry about the camera work, guys. Trying to still get to that use of that stuff. Trying to get used to that. zooming stuff on how to do it, so it doesn't make you guys dizzy. Alright guys, actually right next to the road right now. So you're gonna hear road traffic. A little bit of waterfall here I want to show you guys. That's how flooded it is. Okay, Alright guys, we're back at the beginning of the trailhead. This is Canal Fulton. This is the canal boats. Here is a canal boat here. So this is not in the water yet. So again, this is Canal Fulton. The canal is just over to my left. I'm not going to show it. So, alright guys, that being said, thank you so much for coming on and watching The Unknown Outdoors. If you guys like to donate a little bit more, then we do have a PayPal in the description. Helps me do the traveling, helps me stuff like that, and it goes only to the channel. That's it. So that being said, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, everything that you guys do for this channel. Thank you. This is Matt with The Unknown Outdoors. We'll see you guys on the next adventure.